Access Sportsnet Lakers brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. I'm Chris McGee alongside Derek Fisher and Big Game James Worthy. We have Mike Trudell out in Atlanta. Tonight, it was the Hawks who played shorthanded. They were missing 5 of their rotational players, but it does not matter. The Lakers get blown out in Atlanta. They fell down by as many as 30, Big Game. It just felt like they were really never in this game. All night was a struggle, both ends of the floor. Lakers 20 turnovers. That led to 36 points from the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks had 62 points in the paint. They also hit 16 threes. 7 of their 8 guys that played were in double figures.
Yeah, Gita. I mean, there's an old song that says, Mama said there'd be days like this. And this won't be the last one. I mean, 82 games, it just happens in the NBA. Lakers are coming off a pretty good start. Kind of overachieved themselves a little bit with players missing. It's your first flight going back east. It just happens. And then Atlanta's depleted. So you got guys over there been itching and waiting to get a moment to play, and that's what they did. They came in and they just played with energy. This is their time to prove who they are. And the Lakers just couldn't match them from the beginning. I mean, all the stats that you put out, shooting percentage, turnovers, all that stuff just didn't work in the Lakers' favor. But I give credit to Atlanta, young players. They're professionals, and they got the job done. The Lakers just, had one of those hiccups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, especially in today's NBA, with the pace of the games coming every other night, limited practice time, et cetera. Lakers flew out on Thursday, I think. But for veteran teams during the course of an 82-game season, there are some nights where the pilot just isn't lighting.
It wasn't lit tonight.
It just will not light and catch flame. And so you need the youth and energy of younger guys that can help get you through nights like tonight. And so with the Lakers also missing a few guys, plus just being a veteran team, it just wasn't clicking tonight. The Hawks just came out, played with more energy, and really took control of the game almost right from the beginning.
Yeah, you and I watching that third quarter in the middle of that 26-9 run by the Hawks where they go up by 28. We just looked at each other and said, just one of those nights where they're not engaged and they just don't feel like competing.
Yeah.
So it happens. All right, well, let's get you to the highlights. Lakers and Hawks, DeAndre Ayton getting ready to play. Early lob. 2-2. Things were looking up here. Atlanta. Luka Doncic. Step back 3. Lakers are already down 7. Shashay, the top pick for Atlanta, are coming out hot. Off the missed 3 from Dalton Connect. 8 in the offensive rebound. Gets the basket and the foul, James.
You like to see that. 8 and active. Over the top, taking advantage of his size and going strong for the potential 3-point play.
Luka with a rare open corner 3. This time he's going to get it back. This is one of those nights, even though the Lakers collect it and they're going to get a bucket, just sloppy fish, but LaRavia in the end won.
Yeah, that was kind of indicative of how the night went for the Lakers at times. Just not in sync, not in rhythm collectively. Some things worked out in the first half and in the first quarter in particular, but just not the Lakers' night tonight in terms of execution and cleanliness of their basketball.
Even a broken play there leads to a deep step back 3. That's as close as they would get. Seconds remaining. Another 3, and they're trailing by 8, 37-29. Second quarter underway. Another Laker turnover. Newell. A lot of who he played for tonight, right? Taking it to the Lakers.
NBA players.
Yep. Can't take a night off, can you, Big Game?
You never do, but sometimes it's just the ball just bounces different. And tonight was one of those nights where Atlanta had some players who are like, I'm playing tonight, Daddy.
You see the back cut.
Tune in.
Beating them to the punch. Dyson Daniels getting the bucket. Lakers in transition here. Missed layup. Arabia's in the right spot. Lakers down 12. Atlanta's going to call a timeout. Quinn Snyder says, let's get it back. LaRavia down 9. Thinking maybe there's some life, James, especially after this logo 3 gets him down 10.
It'll still be a 4-pointer one day, Geeter, in the league.
It's coming.
Fourth quarter.
Richachet. Another 3. Offensive rebound. Kick it out to Keaton Wallace. Lakers are trailing 14 going into the third. Ayton's alone. Dunk. Still down 14, no fish. Good cut by LaRavia along the baseline.
Yeah, smart timeout by Quinn Snyder there, even with a young team up double digits, but he felt the momentum turning, and they were able to kind of respond coming out of that timeout. As you see Rui knocking down a 3. Lakers only down 9 here with 10 to go in the third.
Yeah, down 9. And this was it right here. You see the Lakers already down 16, make it 14. Turnover. 3-pointer coming. Just wide open looks, Fish. Hawks by 20. Reverse layup, Gay. What a night he had. Three ball. Richachet. Turnover. I think that's when you and I looked at each other, Fish, and said,
it's one of those nights, man. You know, sometimes your phone is just glitching. You don't know why. You're trying to figure out why is it sticking on the same screen.
It's 98-72. Fourth quarter. Vando. Fastest game we've had in a long time as well.
No, it's just a little glimpse, but it looks like Ronnie's picking up some of the concepts of the game, a little bit more relaxed with some of his passing and minutes that he's getting in the fourth quarter. Knocking down a 3 here, Geeter.
He had a decent game, Bronny, for sure, and was more offensive, which was nice to see. Lakers, after 10 games, are 7-3. Luka did not score in the second half. He was 0 for 4 in the third quarter, sat the fourth. Dalton Connect with 14, LaRavia with 13. And the Hawks with 7 players in double figures, led by Mohamed Gay, 21 points, 4 of 5 from 3, and 7 rebounds. They shot 51%. They had 36 points off the Lakers, 20 turnovers. Reminder, next up for the Lakers, the road trip continues. Charlotte taking on the Hornets. Tip-off's at 4. It's an early one. Remember to tune in an hour before the game for pregame coverage here on Spectrum Sportsnet.
I like that early game, brother.
Luka led all scores with 22, but it did not go the Lakers' way. More reaction ahead from Atlanta. Just 4 games left on the road trip. Moment of the game. Not a lot to choose from on the Lakers side, James, so I guess we'll go with that future 4-point shot.
Yeah.
Just cross half court.
There was a time where you took a shot like that, coach would take you out of the game and sit you on the end of the bench for the rest of the game.
There was a buzzer going off if you were taking a shot like that, right? It was the end of a quarter.
The only way.
Time to hear from Coach J.J. Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealers.
JJ, anything specific stand out about how the game got started and you weren't able to get going as a team?
Yeah, just not a lot to like tonight.
Where, you obviously had mentioned, right, you're going to emphasize that this happens sometimes when other teams are down. They find a way to rally around the flag. Did you feel some of that from the Hawks, or did you feel like this was more of a you guys issue?
Oh, they brought the requisite level of effort and urgency and physicality.
we spoke about pregame about how, you guys were in that position as the Hawks. We spoke about how much you guys have rallied and brought that energy. Is it even more disappointing to see it, to kick off this road trip in that manner, considering you guys have done it so much to start?
Yeah, very disappointing.
So now kind of what's next? What's next? Is it kind of just you can flush this one, or do you look at it after, or is it just let's just forget and move on to the next one? Sure.
No, we're going to look at it for sure.
Was there a moment in that third quarter that you realized that this was not going to be one of those nights where at least your first unit was going to get that?
I realized that in the first 2 minutes of the game.
What did you see in those first 2 minutes?
Nothing.
Next question.
That is J.J. Redick right there. And listen, when you are a coach at any level, there are going to be nights after losses, especially in the NBA, James, when you got to go to the podium. There are going to be nights where you talk a lot because you have a lot to say, and there are going to be nights where you don't feel like it. Tonight's one of those nights, and hard to blame him.
Well, I mean,
he knew in the first 2 minutes.
I think a coach knows better than anybody that out of 82 games, you're going to have one. Win or lose, he may be still a little bit disappointed in how the team played, regardless of who was on the floor. But there were nights where there's nothing to say. We saw what happened, and so I guess he just wants to get on and move on to the next one. Looked a little disappointed in some things, but that's just the way it is some nights.
Yeah, I mean, what makes, in my opinion, what makes JJ really, really unique and fit for this particular job at this moment is like his obsessive personality around, like as an NBA player, I see a lot of similarities, and like you're not uniquely gifted and talented in a way that a lot of other guys are. Yeah. There's a gap between you and your better teammates. And the way you equalize that is just through like every single night. You find a way to bring max effort, max focus, attention to detail, game plan discipline, because that's the only way you can stay on the floor if you're not a top 75 guy. And I think his disappointment is coming from that. That there weren't enough guys that could find something tonight that would allow them to put that uniform on and really bring it. Not the win or loss, but that part is what, to me, frustrates and hurts him.